Well, students, we shall learn prepositions of direction today. We now know that there are three types of prepositions at least: preposition of location, preposition of direction, and of time. In this session, we are to study preposition of direction. Let us follow the PPT for our understanding. Prepositions of direction are used to show the direction of movement to and from a fixed point. When we are to explain from where we are coming to where we are going, along which road we are passing through, for all these things we use prepositions of direction. In short, to mention about the starting point and the end point of our journey and the various paths taken in between, we have prepositions of direction for our help. And these prepositions of direction are, as you can see in the list, to, from, into, along, over, through, across, and around. Over, I had explained to you in my discussion of preposition of location when we had understood the difference between on and above. At that time, I had also explained the preposition over. For more understanding, you may again refer to the same video, prepositions of location. To and from, they are oft used prepositions of direction. Most of the times in our use, we have to and from spoken. I'm coming from home. I'm going to the college. I'm from Ahmedabad, for example. When we have vacations and when we plan tours, then we say, in this vacation, we are planning to go to Kerala. So what I mean to say is, when we are talking about going somewhere, reaching somewhere, then it is preposition to. And when we are talking about coming from somewhere, then it is from. When we are talking about our native place, when we are talking about our starting point of the journey, then we use preposition from. And when we are talking about the destination point, we use to. All right. These are, as I said, oft used prepositions, and these two must be clear to us. Into, that difference is also known to us. In and into. In is when something is still inside. With reference to the classroom, I had explained to you again in my previous lecture on prepositions of location. Students are sitting in the classroom. The audience is sitting in the auditorium, in the theater. But when something is in motion, as the bell rang, people started entering into the theater. As the first bell of the college rang, the students started entering into the classroom. You know, the movement of entering is in motion. So when something is in motion, we use preposition into. Then along, moving through the road side by side, parallelly, that is alone. We will of course take the examples with pictures soon, but this is just a basic understanding. Over, then when something is not touching the surface and is in motion. The birds fly over the sky, for example. Through, passing through. Suppose a bird enters into the room through the window, then that window the bird uses as an object, as a medium to enter through, right? So it is through. Across, when we move from one direction to the other direction, then it is across. The bridge is built across the river. And around is like surrounding something. Now let us take the examples with the help of the pictures. And here you can see a man, and there is a building, there is a school, and you can see the arrow. The man is moving towards. Towards is also the preposition of direction. So I am walking to school. The man is walking to school. You can replace the word school with any other. The man is walking to the post office. The man is going to home. All right. So as I had said earlier, when we are talking about going somewhere, destination point, then we use preposition to. In the early morning, when you start from your home and come to the college, then we say, I start from my home at 7:30 and go to the college at 7:45. All right. So starting point is different. Destination point is different. For the destination point, we have preposition to. Richard came into the room. You can see Richard is in motion. Richard is coming. From the movement of the legs, you can make out. And that's what I explained, that when something is in motion, we say into. After the recess gets over, students enter into the classroom again. After the practice on the sports ground, the sports persons attend the class and they enter into the classroom again. Fine. Some more discussion for the preposition into. It is used to show motion or movement. For example, the cat jumped into the box. The ball fell into the river. Here you can recollect the story of child Krishna playing on the banks of the river Yamuna, and the ball fell into the river, and then he fights with Kaliya snake and all that, right? So fell into. She poured some boiling water into the teapot. When you are preparing to come to the college and when you are filling your water bottle, then we say that I am pouring water into my water bottle. So water is in motion. It is being poured, so into. The man threw rubbish into the river. So when something is in movement, it is always into. But at the same time, it also shows the direction, where the things are going. Cat jumped where? Into. That is the direction. Falling into the river. So motion and direction, both the things are together. Next is from. She has returned from the town. You can see she has come with the luggage. There are a few bags in her hand. So maybe she had gone to her native place and she has now come back. So she has returned from town. After your college hours are over and you reach home, then your family members will say that our daughter has returned from the college. Our son has returned from the college. Suppose you have gone to visit a book fair and you return purchasing a few books, then your family members will say that we have visited the book fair and we have returned from there, right? So coming back to the starting point, returning somewhere always takes the preposition from. Along, as I had explained earlier, walking side by side parallelly. So they walked along the row of houses. You can see there are a few row houses and they are walking parallelly side by side to the houses. So they walked along the row of the houses. We have a footpath on the racecourse ring road, and people take a walk there in the early morning. So we say that many people take a walk along the footpath on the ring road. All right. So when something is already existent at some place, and similarly at the same time another thing, another person passes, that is along. And now you can see the picture. A few little boys are crossing the road and you have a car coming. So the boys ran across the road. So I had given the earlier example for the river. The bridge is built across the river. If one wants to go from one banks of the river to the other banks, one has to go across the bridge. Okay, so it is in the sense of moving from one side to the other side, that is across. Across means the opposite side. The boy swam across the pond. Siti is walking across the road. Ali walked across the river by using the old bridge. And around, they are running around the tree. You know, one object is already there, still, and something is in motion around that object. So they are running around the tree. Around means moving in a circle. The cat ran around the stool chasing the mouse. It is a very old game that most of us might have played in our childhood days. So the cat ran around the stool chasing the mouse. During Navratri, women play around the idol of the goddess. So that is as a expression of worship, as a part of worship, but that is also in a circular motion. So around. Women play Garba during Navratri around the idol of Mother Divine. And over, Tim jumped over the fence without touching the surface when something is in motion. I had given you the example earlier of the birds are flying over the sky. The airplane is flying, moving over the sky. So it is not steady. It is not touching any surface also, and it is not still also. It is in motion, right? So Tim jumped over the fence. The boy jumped over the fence. The cat leaps over the drain. These are the few examples of preposition of direction, from where somebody is going to somewhere. How that person, that thing is moving. To explain all these, we have a few prepositions like along, across, over, so on and so forth. And the same I had example which you can see in the picture now, I had given for the preposition through. The bird flew in. The bird comes inside the room. But how does the bird come? through the window. So this is how we use preposition through. Sometimes when, say, the fire breaks out somewhere in an office, in the train, then we are given emergency exit. Emergency windows are given, emergency doors are given. So people rush through the emergency exit. People rush through the emergency window. People run out through the emergency window. Okay, so something which you use as a medium, at the same time it shows the direction of going somewhere to somewhere. Ali kicked the ball through the window, so the ball goes out of the window, kicked the ball through the window. Then Amir threw the rubbish through the window. This is the bad habit that many people have, throwing the dust, throwing the filth out of the window, so through the window. So that also shows the object in motion. All right. So these are various prepositions of direction. For the practice, I would suggest that you think of your own visit to various places. You going to school, you going to the college, at other different places, taking morning walk, and using preposition along. Say you are traveling and your train, your bus, your vehicle passes across the bridge which is built over the river, right? So you think of day-to-day situations and use these prepositions of direction for more clarity. All right. So with this, we end our today's session. Next session will be on preposition of time.